Mexico City. A high-level U.S. delegation is to meet on Wednesday, which they see as an offer to support Mexico's fluctuation of Mexico's southwest border of Mexico. Mexican President Andrés Manuel López Obrador said was willing help, but at same time he said wanted to see progress in relations with Cuba and Venezuela, two of the U.S.'s best immigrant senders and more development aid region. Both sides are faced with strong pressure to reach an agreement after past steps such as directly limiting travel to Mexico or deporting some immigrants. The United States struggled to host thousands of immigrants at the border or reaching the northern cities. Mexico industries were stuck last week that the U.S. had briefly closed two vital Texas railway transition and that Border Patrol agents should be reappointed to cope with fluctuation. Arizona was closed in Lukeville and San Diego, and Nogales were partially suspended in Arizona. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken has left the possibility that transitions could be reopened if Mexico provides more help. Secretary Blinken will discuss unprecedented irregular migration in Western Hemisphere and determine that they will focus on border security difficulties, including actions to ensure reopening of common entrance ports of Mexico and United States. His office, he said, Mexico has already appointed more than 32,000 military units and National Guards to implement immigration laws, about 11 of its total forces. And the National Guards are now detained much more immigrants than criminals. However, the deficiencies of this approach were exhibited on Tuesday, when National Guard officers did not attempt to stop a caravan of about 6,000 immigrants from Central America and Venezuela when they marched at Mexico's main internal immigration control point. In the past, Mexico allowed such caravans to pass. They trust themselves as they walk along the highway. However, it does not work by wearing Venezuelans and others to walk from the forest-covered Darien Gap or protect immigrants from passenger buses in Mexico. Many of them found other ways. The type of action of Mexico 10 years ago, the real police raids to withdraw immigrants from railway cars, can be something the American delegation wants to see. At the meeting, U.S. Internal Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas and Internal Security Consultant Liz Sherwood Randall will be. One thing that U.S. has already done is to show that problems a country on border of a country have become problems both countries. Last week, López Obrador made U.S. officials want to more prevent Mexico's immigrants on the southern border with Guatemala. Make it difficult act by train in Mexico by train or in a policy known as contention on trucks, buses. However, President said that the U.S. wanted U.S. send more development aid immigrants their own countries and reduce or eliminate sanctions against Cuba and Venezuela. López Obrador said, "We want something to do with Cuba differences. Mexico